Good morning, dear hearts. We're at lesson 152, and it is not a giant stride as what is laid out in the course for those lessons, but for me, it was a giant stride lesson. It still is about 10 years, and I tell this every time I teach this lesson, around 10 years, a little over that at this point. I was going through a difficult space in my life, a real challenge, and when I got to this lesson, it was a huge shift for me. So every year it has become, from that point on, a personal favorite because it has taught me again and again and again that the power of decision is my own. It's a beautiful lesson. It's has amazing information in it. Of course they all do, but sometimes we just get to a lesson that really touches us on a different level and really is a big shift for us. It's a big shift, if not a giant stride. So I'm going to read the first paragraph of this lesson, which I usually do because it sums up the whole lesson in many ways, and it gives us the what we need to be thinking about. And it says that no one can suffer loss unless it be his own decision. No one suffers pain except his choice elects this state for him. No one can grieve nor fear nor think him sick unless these are the outcomes that he wants. And no one dies without his own consent. Nothing occurs but represents your wish, and nothing is omitted that you choose. Here is your world complete in all details. Here is its whole reality for you, and it is only here salvation is. It's only here that our freedom lies. In understanding and accepting this, that everything that is seeming to occur to me, I have been the one who has chosen it, and I have either decided for it or I can decide against it. Because I'd like to link things in. Lesson 14, that God did not create a meaningless world. If I accept a world where there is sickness and there is death and there is fear and there is grieving, I have accepted a meaningless world, and it is not the world that God created. It is instead a world that I made up with, of course, the deep help of my ego mind. This lesson repeats the syllogism that is in so many of the lessons, that truth is true and nothing else is true. If we accept that truth is true, we must accept that nothing else is true. True is what is true. What is truly true is not changeable, and it is as total as love is. God's love is as total as God's truth. There are no conditions to it. There is no part-time thought of truth. It cannot be true in this moment and not in the next. If we accept that truth is true and nothing else is true, then I can also accept that the power of decision is my own, that no one else has forced this upon me, that it is my decision. And again, I get to choose which of the worlds do I want to believe in? Which of those do I want to align myself with? If my condition, my true condition, is going to be one of pure joy and love and peace, that is what my real state is meant to be. If I am not experiencing that, I have decided, I have made a different decision. I accept that. I have to accept that I have done it in order for me to realize that I can also undo it. If I believe that I am at the mercy of outside forces, I have made myself a victim, and I have taken away all power that has been given me by the truth of who I am, the sinless, guiltless, perfect child of God. So today it says we practice true humility, because we're going to practice in accepting that indeed this is our decision. and abandoning the false pretense by which the ego seeks to prove it arrogant, the ego wants to prove that no, we have no power, that we are not meant to be as God created us. But truth is humble in acknowledging its mightiness and changelessness and its eternal wholeness, all encompassing, God's perfect gift to his beloved Son. When we accept anything else, we are in the arrogance of the ego. Why? Because it's only the ego that thinks it can make something that is in opposition to God's will. So today it says, in humility and the radiance of God's Son, his gentleness, his perfect sinlessness, his Father's love, his right to heaven and release from hell, are joyously accepted as our own. And this is what we use as we go into practicing today, 5 minutes in the morning, 5 in the evening, and of course hourly, simply to remember that the power of decision is our own. And the practicing starts with, the power of decision is my own. This day I will accept myself as what my Father's will created me to be. We can decide to release what we made, and instead we can accept the truth, and we will then allow all of those self-deceptions to completely disappear. This is a joyous day. This is a day of our salvation, of our rebirth. This is a day of our freedom. So that's it for today. I hope this helped. I hope you feel as joyous with this lesson as I do. Please like, please share. Please, please, please subscribe, and please comment, and be here tomorrow. Namaste.